up, YouTube and Facebook, and welcome to Not Quite Mint. I'm Tom.
And I am Rich. And, well, let's hope that we are a little bit more mint, but yeah, we are not quite mint.
And today we're going to do a very special unboxing of some books that I got sent off to, now if I see if I can get this right, because I keep getting it wrong, CBCS, is that right?
You're confusing me now, mate. I haven't got
it.
It's the other one to CGC.
It's the other one to CGC. Anyway, they're sentimental books for myself, so should be quite an interesting one to go through. We have got some special guests to get on, but first off, if you're not following us on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, please do. And if you're not following the shop or my shop, then please head over to notquitemint.com and check out what we're going on over there.
And of course, guys, obviously with the YouTube channel, do make sure that you smash that like button, obviously down below. Also hit the subscribe button. Also, if you're doing all of that, you might as well smash that dingly bell, and then you'll be notified whenever we've got any live streams or videos coming up.
Cool. So shall we get some guests on then, Rich?
I think that would be really nice, mate. I think they're your book. I introduced everybody in the last unboxing we did, so I'll let you introduce everybody this time.
Right. Okay. So let's start with the best looking part of MJ Comics. It is James.
Hey,
how are you, mate?
For that, mate? Yeah, I'm good. Are you guys?
Yeah, not
you guys right?
Good, mate. Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to join you guys on your unboxing. So I love it.
Oh, thanks, mate. This one could be a bit of a tearjerker though.
What, in terms of the grades or just the sentimental,
whatever, could go all out. Just it could be a free for all tonight, mate.
Yeah, sentimentality, as I say. There's two books that we've got like a little scene setting video clip for you as well. So
yeah, Rich has done this whole like scene setting video, mate.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm really looking forward to it, to be honest. So
it's a bit sad, actually.
Oh, is it?
I should have done some music, but oh well.
I take it, no spoilers, but like I take it you've got a signed book, have you? You met somebody?
Yeah, a couple, yeah. So
wow.
we'll get into it anyway. But we've also got JP's here again. What's up, JP?
Hello. How are you guys? All right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. Thanks very much. I love your channel. Please, guys, hit that like button for them, and don't forget to subscribe to them as well.
And smash that dingly bell.
Yeah, ding ding. I loving that bell. Loving that bell.
JP was telling me off last time.
No, I'm sick of hearing that bell after the last video, to be honest.
After the last video,
rang it like 22 times or something, didn't it?
It was ridiculous. Yeah, 23 out of 25.
Oh, is it 23?
Yeah, it was amazing. I love that bell. I love that bell. Great bell.
I love that bell.
Man.
And also, we've got Tim Plume with us tonight, who actually is the man who got these books graded for me.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yourself?
You're all good.
Thanks for coming, Tim.
No worries at all. Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming along, mate, and joining us for the unboxing. I mean, the thing is, you already know what they're graded. So
yeah, I'm like the Grim Reaper tonight for you, buddy. I'm afraid.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I've got to feel like I've got to watch your expression as I'm unropening to see whether or not I can tell what it's going to be.
I'll keep it quiet, buddy.
Nice one. Nice one. So, Rich, shall we go around, get everyone to talk about their channels and, get everyone to subscribe to them and then get into it? Yeah?
Yeah, that would be absolutely amazing. So, yeah, as I say, James, if you want to, we'll start with James, then JP, and then we'll speak to Tim because we want to talk a little bit about, obviously, the whole process of being a facilitator and everything, don't we? So, James, fire away, mate. Tell everybody about
Fire away, mate.
So, obviously, as Tom has referred to me as the better looking half of MJ Comics, my name's James Mack, and on our channel we do CGC unboxings, and we will be doing CBCS unboxings as well, because Tim very kindly has got a couple of comics from me as well that are due back within the next month or so, I'm guessing.
Any day, pal.
Any day, there we go, even better. So, yeah, and we've currently got a 444 subscriber giveaway, where you can win a signed CGC comic, and we've also got a 500 subscriber giveaway where you can win an Action Comics 473, and it's a 9.8 from 1973, I think. So, yeah,
Nice.
Just check out our channel, subscribe, and See us
Yeah, if you
again
like-
someday.
if you like
All
your
I can hear
CBs,
is Jason's.
I was just going to say, Jason's just doing some cleaning up in the background.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Just doing some casual unboxing.
Put
of his own.
J-Dog on now. Put J-Dog on now.
J-Dog.
I've gone all red.
There we go. It's up to you now, Jason. What have you got going on?
Oh, well, listen, guys, I'm coming up to my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Do you know what? I had something like 980 odd subscribers, and then YouTube very kindly took away 20 of them.
Wow.
All those Russian sex bots. Okay. Not to worry, we're getting there again. We're climbing our way up to that ladder again. So with the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, I've got a 9.9 slab of Batman 92, which is the Art Gem variant with the punchline on the cover, first appearance on the cover, and I've got this giving away as well on my channel for 1,000 subscribers. So this is Wolverine #1, John Tyler Christopher Negative Space variants, and Tim might be better off placed here. I don't know how much these are going for now, mate. Whether like between £300 and £400, something like that, is it?
Yeah, I think you're still looking at about a £300 book. They're kind of going up and down a little bit, but it's maintaining itself really well around the 300 mark. But
Yeah, cool. There we are. So that's going to be given away.
book.
That's known in the comic circles as the banana book, isn't it?
The banana
variant.
I like
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Also, interestingly enough, I just had delivered today some books from CGC, and in it, right, I'm not going to show off, right, guys, but it's an Amazing Fantasy 15, right? It's an Action Comics #1. It's Superman #1. In fact, it's 2 Amazing Fantasy 15s, but not what you think they are. They're actually the silver foils, like the mint silver foils. So they've gone off and been graded by CGC with a special label, and I'm going to be doing an unboxing video very shortly, revealing what the grades are on this. So
Amazing.
Yeah, I look forward to that. That
Yeah,
sounds pretty cool.
Those
it's a
books
little
can get
bit
like,
different.
those books can get like 9.9 and 10s, can't they?
They can too. Yeah, absolutely.
Very easily.
Yeah, fingers crossed you get one of those, mate. I've never seen a
Yeah.
10, so
Well, fingers
Well,
crossed.
You're looking at one right here, mate.
I'm just going to do that so you can do that again.
Take me down, man. Take me down.
Right then, before we get Tim on to discuss about, I keep getting this wrong now, CBCS, what Tim sent me. So I've got 5 books in total. They are wrapped as if they're going into a nuclear holocaust. So it could take me a little while to get them out, which is why we're going to let Tim talk a little bit about CBCS and what the difference is to what CGC is, as it were. So do you want to fire away then, Tim?
Yeah, of course. No problem at all, buddy. So obviously I've been looking after myself and customers for a few years now for CBCS as a dealer with them. They're getting a lot more attention recently, obviously with certain factors that are happening with CGC. So we're getting a lot more attention, a lot more new customers testing them out, giving them a little try, seeing what they think of the slabs. And a lot of them are coming back with some really positive results, and they're really happy with it. You know, from my point of view, I think my biggest bugbear for CGC was Newton rings. I cannot stand Newton rings on my books, especially when you've got a nice black cover. So I think the biggest thing is CBCS, they present so well. They look fantastic in the slabs. And at the end of the day, that's what, there's a good portion of people will get them graded for the money value. But we also want them to look nice. You know, what's the point of having these books in this plastic slab if it looks awful? So I love the way CBCS presents. Obviously, we've got the verification, so we can avoid all these horrible green labels, which is perfect for me. We've got free grader notes. There's so many positives to CBCS at the moment, and they seem to be getting everything right.
Okay. In your experience, Tim, because there's always that debate about, because I mean, I collect like trading cards, like American sports cards and things like that. So there's a big discussion with grading in that as well. And obviously CBCS is their parent company is Beckett, who do sports card grading. So they always have a similar debate between like the BGS grades and then the PSA grades. Do you what's your view on that, do you think that there's like a harsher grading standard with CBCS than CGC? Or
yeah, 100%, buddy. I think looking again, especially when you take a snapshot of the current market, I think CGC are getting quite loose, in my opinion, with some of the grading. We're seeing comics coming back with multiple spine ticks that probably shouldn't hit 9.8s, and they are. And a lot of dealers were complaining about this issue because at the end of the day, if you're selling a comic book to a customer as a 9.8 and they receive that book, yeah, and it's absolutely destroyed, you know, that customer's coming straight back to you, and you're that kind of forefront. You're the one that's got to deal with that situation. CBCS are notorious for grading strictly, in my opinion. You can speak to a CGC fan, they'll probably say it's the complete opposite way around. But I think CBCS are grading really strictly. So if you're getting a 9.8, in my opinion, that's exactly what it says on the tin. And you can expect that of your grade. So I think that's a massive positive to them.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. I don't know if like Jace and James have had similar kind of sort of, you know, goings on with that comparison. That people always tell me the grading standards, a 9.8 in a CBCS book is you know, you very rarely have these quality control concerns. So
yeah, I've heard the same. I've always heard that CBCS are a lot stricter than CGC grading.
Yeah, same. Also, there doesn't seem to be so many defects that you get. I mean, I had a couple of books recently from CGC, and they end up having bits of plastic in there, rogue bits. God knows how they get in there. And it was actually an unboxing that I did for one of my videos, and one was cracked, and the other just had this plastic piece in there. So it's just not good enough, really. And I know they do thousands and thousands and thousands of books. And perhaps we just hear the negative side of things, but it shouldn't be happening. You're putting a lot of money in, okay? And some of these books, like you say, have sentimental value. So when people's books are treated this way, it's really upsetting, really, to be honest with you. It's just not on.
It's not good. You've got to look for the quality control. And you are right. We do only ever hear about the horror stories and the bad press. That's the same with any company. But it just seems to be happening too much. I think every single one of us knows or has had the experience of the floating piece of plastic in a book. There was a story going around the forums about a month ago of someone that got a Fantastic Four #1 with that piece of plastic floating around in there. And I don't think it's possible for it to damage the book. I think it's in between the two wells, but there's always that possibility. And that's a big amount of money to just throw down the drain for a lack of quality control.
Yeah. And one of the guys, Andy from Perpetual Comics, there. What's the sort of turnaround time for CBCS at the moment? So do you send out like on a batch basis? So you get a certain amount of books in, send them out, and what's the turnaround like?
For me personally, I've been doing it every month, every 4 to 6 weeks at the moment, depending on the demand. But I've got a lot of my own books as well, so I'm constantly sending books off. We're looking at about an average of 8 weeks turnaround.
Okay.
But if you want to do the verification services, it adds about another week on top of that as well.
Okay.
So I tend to kind of quote about 10 weeks, and that allows for any form of delay. And I think if you kind of work on that basis, you're always going to be happy. I've not had anything late for about 3 years now. They had a big problem about 3 years ago where the turnaround was taking up to 9 months for books to come back, and it was awful. A lot of people stopped using them, but they fixed that problem. That's again another massive factor. They're seeing the problems they have, or they're seeing where they don't quite meet expectation, and they're fixing that issue. You know, how long have we shouted about Newton rings being an issue with CGC?
So true.
They don't seem to care. You know, it'll continue to go on. It's now accepted as the norm, and it's okay. Not for
you see a lot
me.
of people just saying, "Oh yeah, that's just physics or whatever," or, you know, like.
Well, yeah, it shouldn't happen on a quality product like that. No, you shouldn't have it.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't happen with CBCS, does it? It doesn't happen with CBCS.
Exactly.
So why is that with CGC? No.
Yeah. What's your so if people wanting to get in touch with you, Tim, what's the best way to do that? I know you've got your Facebook group. If you want to tell people about that.
Yeah, I think the easiest way for people to get hold of me at the moment is on Facebook. We've got the group Hobgoblins Hideaway. We do regular giveaways for every time we hit a milestone of new members. So, we'll put information on there, whether that's whether it's about grading, whether it's about import and tax duty, etc. When we're buying books into the country, we try and give them as much information as we can, as well as making it fun and still selling comic books at the same time. So by all means, anyone can join Hobgoblins Hideaway. Just send us a request and we'll invite you straight in. And then just drop me a message and we can talk through pricing, we can talk through the process. Really straightforward. I'll take all the hassle out of it for everybody, I hope.
Nice.
Yeah. That's really good, Tim, because I got Jason's number from a pub toilet.
Actually, I think that's where Rich got it from as well, to be fair.
Oh dear. But and just to highlight that question from Peter Towns there, obviously do CBS also give grade notes? I think you alluded to that a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, it's every single comic book that has grader notes. You've just literally type in the invoice serial number into CBCS, and you can see those grader notes. So there's grader notes on pretty much everything up to a 9.6. On 9.8, I don't think I've seen any grader notes. I don't think they deem that they need to put it on there.
Yeah.
But just having that access is perfect.
Yeah.
You can see exactly what you get, and there's a lot of people talking at the moment about pressing, cracking open slabs and pressing them for a grade bump, and you can see exactly what you're getting before you even crack a slab open, without paying any extra money. Which is, again, why should we pay any extra money to know about our own book? So.
Awesome. And then just I know they probably have like a bit like CGC, like there's kind of like a tiers or a value threshold. What if like I know it's about what, but with most places it's around about 25-30 quid for a CGC modern book. What would the equivalent be with CBCS? Just to
be honest, it's about the same, but obviously because I incorporate in shipping and insurance, I fully insure everybody's comic book right up to the value. I'll never send anything off underinsured, and hope with fingers crossed that couriers look after it. I will always insure everything properly. So, for example, for me, if you're sending a standard blue label off as a modern comic, with a moderate value of up to $250, you're looking at 40 quid all in. And that includes, shipping over to the States, shipping back to the UK, and then me shipping it to you guys once I've quality checked it as well.
Okay, cool. No, great. I mean, as I say, I think me and Tom have actually spoken about having actually getting you in for a bit of an interview, just to get a CBCS sort of interview going out, because already we can see how many there's lots of people asking a lot of questions and all the rest of it. I mean, there's I think what it might be an idea to look at that. Obviously there's some guys coming over from Facebook, maybe from the groups and stuff, sort of obviously saying that there was CBCS had a bad rep in the UK, so and obviously about the values. So
I don't necessarily think it's in the UK. I think in general, a few years ago, they had this reputation for a really slow process, and that the comics weren't as valuable as a CGC. But you only have to go to any high street and look at the shops that are there now and where when they started 5-10 years ago. And we had the same mentality. It's a very British thing. We'll stick to what we know, and we won't try something new. And it's the same with grading companies. Across the world, we will often stick to what we know. And until we actually start trying these companies and give them a little go, we'll never know. From my point as a dealer, I've never sold a book cheaper because it's a CBCS than if it was a CGC. I know there are people that will sell them at different prices, but I don't see the need. The quality's there for me.
I think a few years back, the quality of the holder wasn't very good. And to be fair, CBCS I think have tested and experimented with different types of holders, and I think their new one is one of the best ones that you can get, to be honest with you. It feels and looks, it feels a lot like a CGC one, to be fair, but without the Newton rings. So yeah.
And your comic book doesn't rock backwards and forwards when you give it a shake.
No, it stays in place.
Yeah, they are. You are right. They holders, they were okay, but they weren't as good as they are now. They are top notch now. Really like it.
But the same could be said for CGC though, because their holders weren't very good. They went through some phases, the really thin ones where you could literally just pull them apart. So there we go. Everyone's in the same boat.
That's right.
True.
Right
Very
then,
true.
Tom, did you thanks ever so much for that, team? That's really good. Like I say, I do think it's worthwhile. We'll get you back on at some point in the future and do a bit of an interview, and not necessarily just about CBCS. We'll talk about you as a collector and all that kind of stuff as well, because we do these things from time to time. But that's awesome. And again, just thanks ever so much for being here and giving us that insight. It's I'm getting excited for this now, Tom.
Yeah, I've just realised, as I was unwrapping everything or I'm getting it through, it looks like Tim sent me a Christmas present.
Yeah, it is.
So I put it on
mix it up a little bit.
I have a feeling, so I can see the backs. What I like about the CBCS, for these kind of unboxing things, you can get them out and it doesn't tell you the grade on the back.
Yeah.
So I've been able to stack up without seeing it. So I'm quite pleased with that. But I know which book's which by the back, so I can put that one at the bottom now because I know what that one is.
Oh, cool. Good man.
Looking forward to it, buddy.
So then, how are we going to do this then, Tom? Do we want to...
So did you want to show the pictures off then, Rich, and then see if people want to give a cheeky guess on whether it's 9.9? Right then, let's bring up these old pictures. So... It looks like I've got Spawn first, I think.
Spawn?
Yeah, that one.
All right, okay.
Ooh. So that's signed by Scott Campbell and Todd McFarlane,
Yes.
is it?
So the story behind this one is I went to New York. I saved for nearly 5 years to go to New York Comic Con so I could meet J. Scott Campbell. And I managed to win, whilst I was there, an opportunity to meet Todd McFarlane as well. So I thought, why not get the book double signed? But Todd McFarlane doesn't do CGC unless it's at his house. So I couldn't get this one slabbed at the time. So I thought I'd contact him when I got back. And this was one of the first ones I asked him if he'd get me done, because of obviously authenticating the signatures.
Yeah.
So how did you win the chance to meet Todd?
So with New York Comic Con, you get thrown into a raffle with your ticket, and then you can request certain things that you would like to win. And one of them was basically a signing with Todd McFarlane. I've just put that as number 1, 2, and 3, and hope for the best. And I did. It was super chuffed. I found out when I was at New York that was going to happen, and my poor missus was like, "What are you doing? Why are you dancing around in your underpants?" I was like, "Because I've just done this." Yeah.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
That's brilliant. And to be fair, those signatures look legit to me. I'm no expert, but they look like this genuine article.
I should have. I've got the pictures. I'll have to put them on the Instagram. I've got the pictures of me meeting both J. Scott Campbell and Todd McFarlane.
What's they like to meet in person? What are they like?
Well, J. Scott Campbell was so humble, it was unreal. Like, he even spoke to my missus about where we could go in New York for dinner, and some of the best places to visit in New York. He was giving her advice. Like, he didn't care that she wasn't interested in comic books at all. So he was really cool, and he remembered her names. When we met him at the Comic Con the following day, he was like, "Oh, hi Charlotte, how are you?" And he started talking to her, and it was really kind of weird, because
I'd be a bit worried about that, mate.
He didn't have to remember your name, though. No?
The stupid thing is, when I signed up to do this to go and meet him, I signed up and paid for my little ticket to go and meet J. Scott Campbell, but I did it through Charlotte's PayPal account. So when it popped up, they were waiting for a girl, and I popped up and I was like, "Oh, I'm Tom." And they're like, "You're not on the list." I was like, "Oh, what about Charlotte?" They're like, "Yeah, Charlotte's on the list." So you're not Charlotte, though, are you? So I had to explain all of that. That was ridiculous. But yeah, Todd McFarlane, really, really nice guy. But the problem with Todd is he had so many people in the signing, he didn't really have much time to talk to you. It was a little bit more of like
yeah,
kind of like conveyor belt. Conveyor belt. That's
conveyor belt. Yeah.
But he was really cool though. It was really, really nice.
Yeah. You were really disappointed with Todd, weren't you? Because like it was a real thing. Like so, yeah. I know you wanted a bit more time, didn't you? I think.
Yeah, definitely. And I wanted to talk to him about my my Spawn Bible, which I took with me to show him that it's completely battered. But once I'd started talking to him, I thought he's going to be really annoyed if I show him this book. He's going to think I'm a bit of an idiot just showing him this battered book.
Don't meet your heroes sometimes.
Yeah. But I mean, he was lovely. He was nice enough, but he just didn't have time for people that. But I suppose he's a really busy man. Time's money for him, I guess.
Yeah, massively. Yeah, I suppose that's the thing, isn't it? I suppose he had X amount of people that the names had come up on that raffle, and it was going to be like, I've got half an hour and I've got 300 people to see, and it's like, right.
It was about that much, to be fair. It was about 300 people in that one room.
It's a difficult It's a difficult thing to juggle, isn't it? You know, you've got the likes of Dan Slott that will tell you every single story he's ever learned or heard of in his whole life while you're standing there with a massive queue building behind him. And then you've got other people that will try and see as many people as they can.
Yeah,
you know, it's a difficult one.
Yeah, so I'm like one of those really weird people who I'm not bothered by meeting people or getting a signature and stuff. So, like, I've got very little stuff that I've got signed by anybody, but I just don't get starstruck by people. So,
I'm the opposite.
Whereas, like, when we explained the story to a couple of these books, I kind of gave Tom a bit of I took the mickey a little bit, didn't I?
You did. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, but yeah, you know, different people. You know, it's one of those things.
Right. Well, I'm not going to ask Tim what he thinks the grade is, but Rich, JP, and James, what do you think?
I did see a top right corner of the back cover. There's a little bit of a ding. Is there like a?
Yep.
So I don't think you can get a 9.8 on this, buddy. So
no,
I'm probably
that's all right.
Go
I don't think any of them are 9.8, to be fair.
Oh, I'm probably going to go maybe a 9.4.
Cool.
Just
I'm gonna go in with, I think, around about a 9.2. The thing that stood out to me that looks like there's a little bits of like sort of marking on the front cover there, and there's like this. It looks like a little bit of rub. It always shows really badly on the red, but yeah, I'm going to say a 9.2 myself. What about you, JP?
Well, I was going to say 9.6, but I've just changed it to 9.4. but then I remembered that CBCS graded quite harshly, so I'm going. Hang on, that's backwards. Hang on. I'm going to say 9.2.
Awesome.
Yeah. Good man.
Cool.
I've just ruined this now. Read it.
So,
cool. So, do you want to? Shall we go through the next book on the screen?
Go big.
Oh my god, I'm excited! I'm really excited.
How do you send me big, Rich? Do I just slide over?
Just to make you aware, it's definitely in a slab, so it's been verified.
Yeah, it's in a slab.
Yellow label.
Oh,
Holly,
what the fuck?
I need to jump in here.
Mate. Oh,
one of the things that I tell people about on a regular basis at the moment is there's so many elements of what's known defects on comic books.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's one of the things that makes it really difficult to judge. What you may see as a blunted corner may actually be very common in that particular comic book.
Yeah.
Or a bit of colour rub around the staple. Great result, buddy.
That's amazing
result.
And I love it.
Everybody's been sent to CBCS now.
Verified. There, J. Scott Campbell, Todd McFarlane. Love it.
Verified. So it is then. You weren't lying.
Yeah. There might be a few fibs.
Yeah. So what I like about that's an oversized book, isn't it? So books that size typically do tend to sort of tear the top on the spine to the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, Amazing Spider-Man 800 was known for it. And there's obviously similar things happening, and it's a known defect, like Tim says. So That is a result. That is hella results. 9.8.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I need
so
to
pleased.
the old Dingley Bell for the 9.8.
Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Yeah, well done, mate. That's awesome.
That's slightly. Thanks, guys.
We can all go
Thank
now,
you,
yeah?
Tim.
Yeah.
For the first one in, so God knows what the rest could be like. Right, Rich, I think the next one looks like it is the Black Panther.
Okay.
Ooh.
1 second.
No
Is
worries.
it not refreshing? I don't think me. What's it? Oh, there you go. Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Bit of a delay.
So this is the same situation. I went to the J. Scott Campbell signing, and I didn't get it CGC'd because I didn't actually know about CGC at this point in time when I was at the Comic Con. I only got my remarked one CGC'd because I didn't really know what it was all about.
Yeah.
But I wish I had, because I had 10 books signed, and this was one of them. I wish I'd have just got them all done.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is going to be really interesting, isn't it? Because in our last book one, personal CGC, where we shared the submission, you sent off the Ken Lashley variant edition. And what did you get? A 9.2? I've got them here, haven't I? Like,
Yeah, you've got
9 or 9.2, wasn't it?
It wasn't very high.
This looks better than the last one.
Yeah.
It does.
To me.
But it'll probably be a lower grade knowing that, won't it?
Yeah. Just that'd be my luck. The one that looks the worst's got the best grade, and all the ones that look good are going to get the worst grades.
What do people think on this one then?
I couldn't see anything wrong with that.
I can't really.
I think if Tim's submitted it for you on your behalf, it's going to be a 9.8.
Nice.
To the special account.
Yeah.
Just got a special account. The only 9.8s.
Yeah, it was a 9.0 that you got from CGC for that Lashley variant.
Yeah. You've gone all blurry, Rich.
It's terrible. But yeah, so right then, you want to show everybody what you got, mate?
Let's do it. See that one? Yeah.
Oh,
my
wow.
gosh.
So,
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
ooh.
Oh, I'm not laughing. I'm just laughing all the oohs.
Tom, what have you been doing with that book?
I don't know, mate.
That's really nice.
According to your grader notes,
Go on then.
spine strap,
Pages stuck together.
break colour, and there was crinkle bends. So it might mean that it's not necessarily lying perfectly flat.
Right.
But yeah, apparently there's a bit of spine stress.
Oh yeah, I can see there's a few colour break spine ticks.
Ah, right, okay.
But again, always good to have the grader notes, and you can know straight away. Then
yeah, awesome. To be fair, the images that I took of this one, the front cover is all blurred, so you can't really see what's wrong with it anyway.
Yeah.
Shoddy photographing, really. Sorry.
Yeah, still a cool
and a
book,
few
man.
pages stick together. Did you say, James?
Yeah. Was that before or after meeting J. Scott Campbell?
Well, I'll leave that one to the imagination.
With that one, Tom, does it still say all like your key appearance type stuff on there? Yeah.
Yeah. So, Doctor Doom cameo, Storm and Namor appearance. Doesn't say anything about this being her first cover appearance, but it is.
Yeah.
You very rarely get first cover appearances on the labels.
Yeah, that's like a new craze, isn't it? The cover app thing.
But I do like the fact that it's got verified signature by J. Scott Campbell. I think that's wicked.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But that's cool. I love that.
So Tim, did they say anything why they switched from the red labels to the yellow for verified as well as witnessed?
In honesty, I don't remember the specifics to it. From what I do feel, it was more that obviously with the Beckett acquisition, I should say, they were bringing on a huge wealth of signature verification with Beckett. So they're that confident, and obviously it's never 100% with any signature guarantee, even if that's a witness signature. It's never 100%, but they are extremely confident in their own ability that if they're saying that they feel that signature is genuine, then why shouldn't they give it a yellow label? At the end of the day, why should it have a lesser label when, that's what a big part of their business is about, this verification side of things. So to me, I know some people think it should still be a red and it should still be really defined. And again, that's another argument, but I'm more than happy to have yellow books on verified because, the company I use are telling me that they're confident that that's genuine.
I agree with you there completely, because all it is really is whether one person was there or not. And if you've got a company that can actually have, they've got a raft of information. They've probably got thousands of these signatures of this one person, and they can just match it up and verify it. Then that's good enough for me. But they're saying to me that's definitely their signature, and that adds weight to it, definitely.
I know that there's a lot of great witnesses out there that will, go through the process correctly as they should do. But there's nothing to stop a witness, getting a book signed or not getting a book signed, I should say. There's just as much of an authenticity guarantee for me with CBS, like you said, checking that signature and saying, look, we're happy, we're confident, and you run with that.
Yeah. And isn't it true the TV program Porn Stars, when they have like a signed thing, they get like, is it Steve Graddis? He comes in to verify it, doesn't he? And he's like one of the owners of Beckett, isn't he?
I'm not too sure. I've seen a few when they've had comics. I've never seen them have anyone come in to look at the signature on the comics. But...
not specifically on comics, but like signatures on anything that they have come into the store.
That's cool. I might have to check that out because I quite like that show. Fair.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to Google that now. Porn Stars, yeah?
Porn Stars. It's an A instead of an O.
Oh, shit, right.
Right then, Mitch, do you want to bang us through the next one?
Which one?
I think it's the one that's got Angel on the back, so it's one of the Transformer ones.
Right, so shall we tell everybody about these next two? Shall we?
Yeah, I suppose we should probably tell people about these two.
So,
suppose.
1 second.
1 second.
So we're going to take everybody. It's story time from NQM.
Story time.
Let me get a pillow.
Yeah, get a pillow. So,
No.
So many, it's not quite that exciting, but basically, so many years ago, actually just last year, less than a year ago, before we got into this whole pandemic situation, me and Tom, we went to Liverpool Comic Con,
We did.
and this was literally 2 weeks before we went into national lockdown, wasn't it, Tom?
It was, mate. Yeah. Quite literally 2 weeks.
I think I know what you're going to say. You met Optimus Prime. I just saw him saw him a minute ago.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
And but pretty much the whole reason why we went was obviously to have a look at comics, of course, but also so that
Tom could zombie giving some bloke a hug.
Yeah. But basically, you could go and obviously have these books signed by two of your sort of like heroes.
Yeah,
and,
pretty much.
I knew who these people were. I knew the characters that they portrayed and everything like that, but I had no idea how emotionally attached Tom actually was to the books and the story behind the characters and stuff. So I gave him a bit of stick that he was just going and getting, two old men to sign a comic book, but it didn't go down too well. I think I offended him a little bit, to be fair.
Nah, it was all right.
You had a lovely time, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, it was awesome, to be fair. Yeah. Basically, we ended up going to Liverpool Comic Con to meet Peter Cullen and Frank Welker, who are the voices of Optimus Prime and Megatron. So as a kid, they were my biggest heroes, and my grandfather and me, we watched the animated 1980s cartoon and the film religiously pretty much every weekend. And unfortunately, I lost my grandfather. So this is my attachment still to him. So this was really special for me going to meet these two and actually get my books signed.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know I'd ever meet them ever, but it was pretty cool. Yeah. And I got a chance to actually take my artwork to give to Peter Cullen, which was pretty cool, which you can just see in the bottom.
Yeah, and to be fair, when I gave Tom a lot of stick, obviously beforehand, because I just thought it was quite funny, but seriously, like, I could see how much this actually meant to Tom when we walked away from this Peter Cullen bit, because it was obviously pre-corona, so you could actually, like, you know, stand next to people. It was sort of like I gave you a little pat on the back, didn't I? Because you were genuinely a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a bit teary now, but yeah, I did get quite teary at the time because, like I said, it's more the fact that it's the connection I have to my grandfather that's the big part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, growing up, Optimus Prime and Megatron, well, Optimus Prime was my biggest hero. So Peter Cullen, it literally floored me going to meet him and getting the signature. And I have got a photograph with the pair of them. It's a bit sad now thinking about it, but it was an amazing experience. And I'm glad I did it. So I had to send it to Tim to get him to CBCS it for me because, yeah, I needed it protecting.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
So yeah, this is the first one, isn't it, mate? So
yeah. So it's also signed by James Roberts, who's the writer of the book, and then Alex Milne, who's the artist of the book, and then Jonah Lufreds, who's the color artist of the book as well. So I've got an array of signatures on this one.
Oh, awesome.
So, fingers crossed. But I've had it in my collection for years, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you can see a little bit of like scratches and bits and bobs there, but these ones are the sentimental value over massively outweighs obviously any grade, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. It's more just to slab them so they don't get any more damage now that they've got Peter Cullen and Frank Welker's signature on it.
It's nice to have a comic book like this, though, buddy. You've got attachment with, rather than just being an expensive book or you know, a key appearance. It's nice to have that kind of personal touch and personal attachment to a comic book.
Yeah.
You said the next one's actually this Angel, the one with Angel on the back, didn't you? Sorry, mate.
Yeah, so Angel's on the back of the Megatron one, and the Turtles is on the back of the Optimus Prime one. But yeah, they're both going to come up now. So
yeah. So, but yeah. So we'll do these now. What sort of grades do you reckon? So you're doing the Megatron one there, and then
Megatron first, yeah.
And then this is the.
Okay. So was this the one that had the scratches on or not? No.
The
Megatron
scratches on.
Right. Okay.
I think
So the Angel is the back of the Megatron one, which is the next one.
Yeah. So the back that one's the back of the Megatron one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm thinking about perhaps an 8.5 for this one. I'm thinking.
Cool.
Yeah, I think based on the Black Panther, I think I'd go around about an 8.5. I'd like to push it. I'd love it to push into the 9s for you, mate. But yeah.
Well, if it does, that's amazing. If it don't, it doesn't really matter because it's like I said, it's a sentimental thing anyway. So
I'm going to go 9.0. Screw it.
Screw it.
No, wow,
cheers, James. You can come back. You can come back every week.
Yes.
Yeah, let's hope for something like a 9.2 or a 9.4. But yeah, let's see, man. Let's see what we've got. So we'll just take that away for a second. You want to blow yourself up, mate?
Yeah, blow myself up. Right, so I'm pretty sure it's Megatron first. So,
wow, awesome, mate! That's
brilliant.
Well done.
That's amazing.
I can't believe that. I'm so happy for you, mate. That's like again to get the 8.5 on the Black Panther and then a 9.4 on this one. I would not have called that.
That's incredible. I love it.
That's
awesome.
Awesome.
The whole
and guess
Frank
what?
Welker.
It's got the whole family in it.
That's near mint.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's not quite mint. Yeah, it's not quite mint. 9.4.
That's well done, mate.
Oh, mate,
congratulations, buddy.
Well done, dude. Brilliant.
Well
yeah, again, I think with what the guys picked up on, the scratches were noted on the grading notes. There was a bit of spine stress, but they actually said it barely broke the colour. so
Nice.
it didn't get marked down as harshly as a full color break would have done.
Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah,
That's good.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow. So I take it none of these were pressed.
No, they've all come straight out of my collection. And actually, no, that's a lie. The D23 one was cleaned and pressed by James Gower.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler.
Sorry. Spoiler alert. Sorry.
We haven't got there yet, mate.
Sorry.
I thought we were on the last comic.
No.
Sorry, there's one more after this. But yeah, so this is Optimus Prime one.
Flipping heck.
Whoa. 9.6.
What? Well, I was going to say a 7.5. Sorry. 7.5. I was going to say. But 9.6.
Well done, buddy.
Nice one, mate.
That's amazing.
That will beat a lot, that one, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
What
Easier
a
to look
result.
after now,
So
Pat.
good, mate. I mean, that is like, off the chart. Well done, mate.
Brilliant.
Awesome,
Thanks,
buddy.
Tim.
Yeah.
No
Thanks so
worries at all.
much. No, seriously, I like speaking from what that meant to Tom to meet those people on that day. That's like the best thing ever. That is. So yeah.
Tom's getting me all
happy.
weird.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's
I'm glad it means a lot, buddy. I'm glad it means a lot.
Yeah, cheers, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Tim. Means a hell of a lot that you've done that for me. I really, thank you. Rich, do you want to show the next book? Give me a second.
Yeah. We'll get you off the screen.
Take him off big screen.
Yeah.
Right. So this is quite a big one.
Ooh,
Oh man.
Yeah.
So I'll just let the guys all caught up. So anybody who knows anything about comics, obviously this is a book that if I could take one book from Tom's collection, this would be the one that I would pick beyond any shadow of a doubt. Obviously, what is it? Is it the first time that Mickey Mouse appears on the cover of a Marvel book or something like that? It's a really significant book. Really significant book. This particular one is signed by Humberto Ramos, I do believe, Tom.
It is, mate. Yeah, I got the pleasure of meeting him at New York Comic Con, and he was an absolute legend. He had so much time to sit and talk to me. It was great. He was a really, really nice guy. I didn't quite understand him because he's Mexican, but he was lovely.
Was he speaking in Mexican or was he?
His accent's really thick. I got a lot of what he was saying, but there was a few bits where I thought, I don't know what he said, so, and I don't really want to be rude and ask him to repeat himself.
Yeah. I'll tell you a story about this book. So Mikey, the other half of MJ Comics, he started off comic collecting probably about a month before this book came out. And he said to me, I'm going to buy this book. And I went, oh, no, don't buy it. Do not buy it because that will be like, he wanted it for like 150 quid. And I said, that book won't be worth like 50 quid in 6 months, Mike. Don't do it. I said, don't do it. And he was laughing.
Because it's a modern book. Because
it was modern. And I was just like, don't waste £150 on a modern book. And I was wrong. I was completely wrong. Wow. It's worth like $1,000. It's like worth $1,000 now, isn't it?
I think I saw JP. Were you selling one of these a while back?
Yeah, I did.
But when it was much lower.
Yeah. I think I sold it for like £500-600. I'm absolutely gutted. I should have held on to it. I do have one more though. I had 3 at one point.
That's amazing.
But I've got one now as a CGC 9.8. But to have Humberto Ramos' signature on it is amazing.
Yeah. I was really lucky to meet him at New York Comic Con because he had a huge queue to start with, and I queued up to meet Greg Capullo. But his queue got cut off at one point, and I was like, well, I'll go back to Humberto. And luckily enough, he had no queue, and then he had tons of time to talk to me. It was great.
That's brilliant. Worked out really well.
I was really lucky to get this book anyway, because it was in a blind bid at my, at the time, local comic shop in Cheltenham, Proud Lion. And I just so happened to put in a decent bid, and I got it, but it was nowhere near £100. It was a lot less than that.
Oh wow!
Whoa! Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
Beautiful.
like, so lucky, and it's. I mean, yeah, I just love the story that's associated to this one as well. I just think it's great.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah,
I mean, does
It's a
anybody
lovely cover.
know?
It is a lovely cover, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's stunning. And I love the fact
Quite
that it's not. There's not a trade dress of this. It's just a pure out virgin straight off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone know how many are in circulation of this?
No idea, to be honest, mate. Not many, because you could only get it if you went to the expo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know. I will have a quick Google, but
Is there a sketch version of this as well?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's
Super
black
rare.
and white. Black and
Super
white
rare.
version.
Yeah. It's lovely. It's a lovely book. I want to say 3,000.
Tim, does CBCS have like a CGC have like a census? Like how many?
They do. They do have a what they call a population report. It's a brand new service they put on the website probably about 2 months ago now.
Oh wow!
So they've started putting all their books on there as well. So it's another free tool.
Oh, that's good.
That's wicked.
Because I think
I was
going to say there's 603 on the CGC census.
Yeah.
So there's not a
I
lot.
can't actually find out.
See if I can just.
I've got a funny feeling there was 3,000. I mean, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that was a figure that was banded around at one point. Tim, while we're on here, then I know we've discussed this before, and I don't know if we're any closer to this, but are CBCS going to be doing a magazine size holder?
The word is soon.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's been soon for 3 years though. So, you know, when I spoke to Steve Borrock at the end of last year, and he said that they are looking really soon. So I was hoping the first quarter of this year. In reality, it's probably going to be a little later than that. But I think what they wanted to do is get their cases right first before they then looked at a bigger case. So fingers crossed, it will be soon this time around.
I've got a Batman Damned #1, which is signed by Brian Azzarello, and I'm looking to get that CBCS. So it's just a matter of time, really, But I mean, if I send it off to CGC and just come back with a green label, no one likes a green label, so I want to hold on. And it's just sat in my comic bin at the moment, so we'll just wait for it. But just let me know as soon as they start doing the magazine holders, and I'll be straight up there like up the drain pipe like a rat.
We'll do, buddy. No problem.
Right then, so I think
I've been Christmas present.
The big finish, don't they?
Yeah. So this has been pressed by James Gary, yeah?
It has, mate. Yeah. Oh,
I didn't know if pressing these type of books, these kind of square bound books, was actually worth it, in all honesty, or whether it actually made much difference to it.
What? Oh, yes!
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh,
yes!
I can't believe you've waited nearly a week to open this. I was itching.
Holy shit!
That's insane!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! 9.9!
9.9.
I get that.
I can't believe it.
I literally, mate,
that's worth loads. Absolutely.
That's
I can't believe that's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good return on £100 comic, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, less than. I'm actually going to have to go through my emails now to find out what it is that I bid for this.
$2.5 grand, the last one that sold in the US.
Woohoo!
Oh my god.
Good one, bud.
Bloody hell.
That's incredible. Whoa.
I like that you don't normally get the cover appearance, but it does say Mickey Mouse on the cover.
Yeah.
And is the little hologram on there gold? Is it gold on all the others as well?
Yeah, I think they are all gold, mate.
It's all right. It was just a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, what you thought it might be gold for the 9.9?
Just because it's a 9.9.
Wow.
Look out, he's going to start crying again.
Yeah, probably. Joyous tears.
Honestly, mate, what a finish!
Yeah,
Crying. I've got a fucking erection.
Why, mate? I was wondering if anyone could see it.
Yeah, Leon Russell is right. It's worth more than 9. Yes, 9.9.
9.9.
That's amazing.
Bloody hell.
You know, I must apologise for my swearing, guys.
Yes,
but I cannot believe it. It's a 9.9. This never happens. Wow.
This is the first unboxing I've seen it.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've never seen one in real life, so this is amazing. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, you're holding it in your hands. That's amazing.
I was thinking, how can I swap it with my ungraded, unsigned version? To get away with it.
No.
Definitely. That's amazing.
I'd love to have seen Tim's reaction when he found out it was a 9.9.
My wife found out first, because obviously when I'm taking everybody's books out, she has to take them out before I see my own.
Yeah.
So I can do our unboxing videos, and yeah, she told me the grade of it. And my first reaction was, "You bastard." What mine had only come back a couple of weeks before and only hit 9.8. So I was so pleased for you, though, buddy.
Oh, cheers, mate. That's absolutely insane.
Well done to James Gower as well, then.
Yeah, definitely. And the fact that it comes in a poly bag normally, so it normally has that kind of spine down the middle.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
I want to get mine cracked now. I want to get cracked and sent. It'll come back to 9.4. Maybe 9.4.
Wow.
It'll come back, Jason, as a 9.0 green label, won't it?
Yeah.
For you.
I've always said CBCS are much looser with their grades.
much looser.
Good advert for CBCS, actually. Very good advert.
That's incredible. Wow.
Can't believe that. Thank you. And thank you guys for joining me for that unboxing, the emotional part and the bit at the end. Thank you so much.
That's insane.
That's amazing.
I literally think you should make like a GIF out of our reaction when you pulled it out.
Yeah,
you've just got to download this one, Tom, and just like cut that last
one bit. I've got to make a promo for this video, I think. Blood, sweat, and tears.
Bloody hell.
Well, guys, I'm just doing a big smiley face now because that's amazing.
Thanks, mate.
Well done. Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
You need to go back to art college, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I've got to know what to do myself now.
we literally can't top that, can we? So that's absolutely insane. I mean, all I want to just say is obviously a big thank you to everybody coming and everybody who obviously stopped by to watch. And genuinely, that was so worth the wait. It's unbelievable. So thanks ever so much, Tim. Obviously, working your magic and getting those grades for Tom, and you know everybody could see clearly, obviously, how emotional that those Transform books were. I knew they were a big deal, but that D23, as I say, genuinely no idea that it had done so well. But yeah, I mean, thanks so much, guys. Thanks ever so much.
Great
job.
Yeah, great job. Yeah.
Thank you ever so much for joining us, guys. It's been absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Tim, if I don't get 9.9s now in my submission, I'm really kicking off. I am, mate.
I got a 9.9 Vampirella.
Oh, wow.
In the same order, and I was just looking at mine thinking, but it's not a D23. 9.9 didn't matter on that at all.
Wow.
Wow.
Insane.
That's amazing.
Yeah, obviously everybody who is watching, do make sure you go and subscribe to MJ Comics, obviously JP down below. Go and check out obviously Tim's Hobgoblins Hideaway group on Facebook. I mean, who wouldn't after that video?
Yeah, absolutely. What an advertisement.
Yeah, definitely.
Tim, you've also got a YouTube channel, haven't you?
Yeah, I've just started it, buddy. I'm awful with technology, in fairness, with videos and things like that. But I've been trying to do a few unboxing videos. So we've set up the YouTube channel with the same Hobgoblins Hideaway.
Oh, cool.
So it's only early days. but by all means, jump on. There'll be more unboxing videos. I'm going to be doing a few comic book, not reviews, but suggestions of some of the stuff I've been reading recently. So we're going to try and fill it up with a few more videos as well. So, you know, by all means, jump on if anyone wants a quick watch.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm literally subscribing right now, mate. I've just subscribed.
Yeah,
There you go.
we'll pop over as well.
I only subscribed the other day, but you know.
Show off.
So yeah, I mean, again, just thanks ever so much to everybody. Hopefully we'll have more. I haven't got any books. I've got loads of books to send off, but I haven't got anything in the pipeline. We might be getting stuff back from Scott's, mightn't we, Tom? I think within the next month or so. Other than that, obviously we've just got our regular kind of videos and bits and bobs going on. But until next time, guys, obviously do make sure that you obviously subscribe to our channel, smash the thumbs up. Obviously, hit the dingly bell so you don't miss any of the content. Check out all
the want to miss Saturday. You're not going to want to miss Saturday.
Wonderful things, and it probably is worth a while. Well, you've got to do your finishing off bit, mate. So we'll get to you. So that's it from me. So thanks ever so much, and just take care till next time.
Yeah, and I'll reiterate what Rich said. Thanks everyone for coming. It's been amazing and emotional. So cheers, guys. I really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to any of these guys' channels, make sure you are. Make sure you subscribe to us. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. But don't forget to smash that dingly bell because we have a very, very special guest joining us on Saturday for our Let's Talk Comics. So you're not going to want to miss this one. But yeah, so on that note, stay safe, stay sexy. See ya.